Go for it.
I'm just here for the bucks and the billies. Don't make me one of the ghosts for it. I run it, they like go for us.
Go for us. Run for us. Go for us.
Yeah, I mean you already wrote for us. What's one more quote for us? Oh Lord, who else sounded like this? They ain't made me what I am. They just found me like this. I was ready. I've been ready since. Now let's get it all in the span.
It's Eastern Conference. Time for the traveling Toronto Raptors today. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. Here we go. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. And it's going to be the Pacers off the tip. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So for Toronto right now, the star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Scope, and it's Carroll in the 3 slot. 2 on the clock.
What's that all about?
George. Excellent D there for Scola.
You know, no doubt last year a bit of a loss for Paul George. I mean, had to sit out most of it after that gruesome leg injury in the Team USA scrimmage.
And so here is Indiana. Feeds it to Mahimi. Goes to the reverse layup and puts it in. Mahimi's got the opening basket of the game for the Pacers. Lowry against Hill. Lets it fly from 18. Here's Valanciunas. That's good.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
And what you have to like out of Valanciunas last season, improved efficiency. The game really, Clark, seemed to slow down for him.
Yeah, he entered the league a little green. I mean, would make a lot of mistakes, but had excellent tools. So with enthusiasm and hard work, you knew it was just a matter of time with him.
Now here is Hill. They set the pick. And Miles kicks to Mahimi. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter.
And for Valanciunas last year, his offensive production was similar to the year before, but he cut down on his turnovers. He also raised his shooting percentage to a career-high 57%, and that, my friends, is improved efficiency.
Now Mahimi following the three-point attempt by DeRozan. On the wing, George. Shot clock at 3. And he overshot that one, missing.
You know, talking about Valanciunas, the light clearly went on last season. He was more assertive, refined his post game. The next step is to extend his shooting range so he can help space the floor on offense.
And Lowry gets it to go.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
George passes to Hill. Back to George. Outside Hill. Indiana needs to get a shot off. That's not as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary.
And you know what? That man can climb a ladder.
And the basket by Scola.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the deep thinking jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
Hill kicks to Ellis. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Outside Lowry. He kicks it to DeRozan. Rebound by Mahimi.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
And it's George finishing it off.
Boy, the pass there floated up to the precise spot where it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish, huh? He powers it through.
Sure didn't waste any time there.
And guys, that's an alley-oop I guarantee you we'll be seeing on the highlight reels for the next few days.
There's the foul. It's on Mahimi. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
On defense, the Pacers trailing by 2.
And for Kyle Lowry, last season was full of milestones. First, he signs the big contract extension for 4 years. Then he earns his first ever All-Star selection. Unfortunately, he didn't finish as strong with the postseason, but a terrific year.
And on the topic of Lowry, he became only the 3rd Toronto Raptor ever, Clark, to be voted into the All-Star game.
Yeah, you know, Bosch and Vinsanity, the other two. Lowry also participated in the All-Star Weekend Steals chapter. Man, he's been outstanding as a point guard.
And a tenacious leader for the Raptors.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
To Scola. Ellis on the double team. Outside for Lowry. And so the ball out of bounds. Scola touched it last.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
The Pacers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Here's Ellis. He goes up again. And that's 2 points on the layup. Mahimi's got 6.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now. Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page. You know, I can think of one way to describe George Hill. It's the culmination of several attributes. I mean, he comes from the school of Popovich, plays under control, always in the right place defensively. The way I describe him is just steady.
And he knocks down the first one. An interesting thing about George Hill, he was traded from the Spurs to the Pacers a few years back. Many people were surprised the Spurs would even trade a valuable veteran when they were trying to win a championship. But who did they trade him for? Kawhi Leonard, a pretty good deal.
Well, you know, Hill is really solid. He knocks down open shots, can run the offense or play off the ball equally well. I think he's a terrific combo guard. Gives you a little bit of everything and does it in a professional way. And that's typically what attracts him to other teams.
And DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist by Lowry.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
George against Scope. And that one's good. George has got 6 points.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
The Indiana Pacers had a solid season last year, given they were without their star for most of it. They played well at home.
Yeah, even without Paul George, they were in contention. How about 23-18 at home, which is really a solid mark when you consider they didn't have their 2 best players from a season ago.
So the Pacers called timeout, their first of the game.
You know, for the Pacers and their 23-18 home record, that was better than several teams that made the playoffs in the East. They were very tough at home at the defensive end of the floor.
Indiana making some changes. Turner's checked in for Mahimi. Hill comes in for C.J. Miles. Rodney Stuckey's subbed in for Monte Ellis. Patterson, he's checked in for Toronto. Ross comes in for DeMar Carroll.
And the Pacers were 3rd in the league in field goal percentage against at home. Something about this crowd really drives the Pacers on the defensive end, even in a down year.
And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
Well, close to picking that one off.
Still a nice play to make sure that pass didn't reach its target.
Just 5 on the clock. Stuckey for 3. Kept alive. And George kicks to Stuckey. On the wing, Hill. The second chance effort. Off the left rim and out.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Lowry with the ball. He's picked up by Hill. And stolen by Stuckey. Hill dishes to George. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Excellent communication between teammates on the alley-oop there.
And that's what you need to pull that off.
And you do. You have to have both ends of that play, and they were fantastic on that one.
For Indiana, they've gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Inside, here's Turner. That falls. Nice speed that time from George.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. Defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
Patterson can't get it to go. For Indiana, they've gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. Stuckey outside. He dishes it to Turner. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
As we were talking about Coach Dwayne Casey, he's found his place in Toronto. Took them, Greg, to back-to-back postseason appearances.
And, you know, it's good to see him finally establishing himself as a head coach. Really known as a defensive specialist, but once he gets in charge of a team, he'll have them focused on defense and really stresses that in every practice.
Patterson passes to DeRozan. The Pacers pull it in.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And the shot is good from Stuckey.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Now, here's Joseph. Biombo. And again, Toronto no up.
Boy, they're fortunate. Defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
George with no one around. And Indiana, another three.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's had.
No good from Ross.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the three, but he just couldn't get it to go.
Outside Turner. And George now top of the key. It's tipped. Pushing it up. Here's Joseph. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Pacers leading by 7. Hill with it. Guarded now by Patrick Patterson. Ross against George. And that one hits back iron. Toronto's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started. Joseph, that's good.
Great idea to pull up and take the transition three there. The D was in position to block his path to the hoop if he took it inside.
And George, here we go. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And we all know about Paul George and his injury while with Team USA. I mean, he has still said that he would consider playing international ball.
For George to be eager to go back and represent the U.S. in international play is a brave move.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, a lot of it might be that he just wants to put that in the past and move on. And sometimes you do that best by confronting things head on. The only way to have that be the past is to keep playing for his country.
Now, here's Joseph. The dish to Patterson. Ross with a wide open look. And again, Toronto with the triple.
What are they thinking leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
George. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
His eyes just simply light up when he gets that close to the bucket. And you just know what he's going to do with the basketball.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Pacers.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Johnson, wide open, he fires. And poor shot selection there, not a high percentage look for him. And there's the pass to Bunning. Can't get it to go. So the Raptors will take it the other way. Now the Raptors moving it up. Ross, that's good.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
Dishes it to George. He feeds it to Buttinger. Back to George. Indiana moving it around. Shots good by Turner. Turner's got 5 now. There's 42 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Joseph with the ball. Patterson is screen on Young. 4 on the shot clock. Patterson, that's good. Patterson's got his first bucket in this one.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, it's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt. And stolen by Biombo. And it's Patterson finishing it off. He has a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
Yeah,
Wow.
that could very well be a contender for Dunk of the Year and perhaps might make its way all over the internet.
I tell you what, that is the crowd pleaser of all crowd pleasers.
And the Pacers call time here.
You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
Near the three-point line, it's Ellis. It's a tie game in Indiana. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Pacers so far, guys.
You know, they're not going to sit back and just take jump shots. It's all about attacking the paint and getting to the rim.
That's who they are. They've been the aggressor early, attacking the hoop and getting into that paint.
Ellis is out there with Young. Then it's Hill. Then there's Buddy. And it's Turner in the center position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Pacers. Here's Joseph. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Boy, once again, the Raptors were able to put forth a really strong year. You know, the national media recognized it, and the Raptors picked up more and more of the spotlight marquee games as a result.
Shots good by Turner.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
No good from Valanciunas.
And trying to come up with the highlight reel finish, somebody forgot to finish it.
Well, for a long time, Greg, the Raptors didn't have a lot of nationally broadcast games in the U.S. Seemed like a forgotten team at times, unfortunately.
Yeah, and you know what? A playoff drop is one of the ways that ended that factor. Also, the team plays an exciting brand of basketball. They're a division winner to go along with that, so you start adding those things up, and you see why the Raptors continue to get more and more coverage nationally.
And stolen by Scola. Wide open look. That's good from Joseph on the assist by Scola. And now it's a 3-point Toronto lead. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Raptors.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Here's Joseph. Outside Lowry. No good with the triple. For Indiana, they've gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lowry. DeMar DeRozan is checked in for Joseph. And a wide open look here for Ellis. Great touch on the 16-footer.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play him.
outside DeRozan. The feet to Valanciunas. Gets it to fall from the right block. Valanciunas has got 9.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
It's Young on the wing. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Raptors with the lead. Lowry kicks to Scola. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Lowry's got 4 assists in the game.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Toronto, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. From the line, it's the front of the rim and out.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there, because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Screen by Ellis. Turner dishes to Buttinger. Can't cash in from the high post.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
The wide open look here for DeRozan. Misses the 3. The Pacers have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Toronto's gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them.
First off, look, every year there are all-star game snubs, and perhaps last year Monte Ellis was the big one in the West. Hard to leave him off given the way he played for the Mavs.
Carroll, no one around him. Goes back up, and it's sent back by Hill. Turner passes to Hill. Indiana moving the ball around. And Buttinger kicks to Hill. Screen by Young. Low block shot. Buries it down low. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take back and forth the whole way thus far.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
And the Pacers just missed out on the playoffs last year and would have to settle for 9th in the East. Hard for a team that has been so dominant in the East over recent seasons.
And for the Pacers against the East, they actually played the rest of the conference, Greg, very well. Ended with a 28-24 record, Clark, against the East.
The only team, Kevin, in the East with a winning record against the rest of the conference not to make the playoffs. Only went 10-19 against the playoff teams in the conference.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Mahinmi's checked in for Turner. C.J. Miles comes in for Chase Buttinger. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Young. Here's Patterson. Score of the basket, his 3rd after 5 shots.
And every once in a while, he'll show up and give you some great moves around the hoop.
Here's DeRozan. Outside Lowry. To the middle. Here's Biyombo. Rebound by Mahinmi. Indiana trailing here. Ellis kicks to Mahinmi. Kicks it out to Ellis. No good from outside.
Monte fucking tricking, man. Damn, Monte.
Yeah, it makes it tough for the defense to chase that ball around when it moves that crisply all over the court.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
And Mahinmi now top the key. Screen by Ellis. Biyombo with the block. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. And Toronto making a change here. Ross is checked in. Stuckey for 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Here's DeRozan. But they recover it. DeRozan can't get that one to fall.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
Mahinmi dishes to Miles. To the inside. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here. Well, last year, Toronto won their division and got bounced out in the first round. Same result Clark they had back in 2014.
Yeah, but you know, despite that sameness, they were an improved team last season, Kevin. They did a lot of the small things better in total, and I thought looked better and more cohesive as a group.
The Pacers making a switch here. George is checked in.
And as you mentioned, the Raptors did improve last season. I mean, they cut back on their turnovers a lot. They were top 3 in the league in terms of taking care of the basketball.
Now let's the pass to George. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Some hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
As you said, the Raptors took care of the ball a lot better and as a result had more assists. They also cut back on their fouls, and that was helpful. Little things like that made them much more competitive as a team and helped lead them to those 49 wins.
Lowry kicks to Ross. Clock at 6. Biombo dishes to DeRozan. Passes it to Biombo. Toronto needs to get off the shot. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off the shot. 24-second violation. James Johnson's checked in for Toronto. Pacers trailed by 4. And here is Ellis. Outside, George. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. Ellis has got his 4th assist in this one.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
It's deflected. Here's Ross. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Ross has got 10.
Guys, that time you went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
Here's Mahinmi. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Went for the 2-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Johnson outside. 5 to shoot. In the corner, it's Patterson. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Corey Joseph's checked in for Kyle Lowry. Here's Ellis. Looking to get back on track here. Can't get it to fall.
Well, I tell you, that was double duty right there. He influenced the shot and then got back and cleaned the glass.
Now, here's Joseph. He's guarded by Stuckey. Johnson kicks to Patterson. And it's off from 3-point range. Indiana's gotten into trouble with the free ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
You know, both teams showing a lot of resilience, I think. Coming back and coming back, back and forth, back and forth.
Reminds me of a song.
Yeah, Kevin, that's Cameo, to be exact. And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early. Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but he's... Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
6 on the shot clock. Johnson attacking and misses it off the right side of the rim. Biombo with the block. Stuckey passes to Miles. Outside for George. Such a wide open look. George has got 21.
And the deficit would be bigger, but they've done a great job getting offensive rebounds and turning those rebounds into points.
Kicks it to Ross. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Mahimi. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Some changes for Toronto. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Biombo. And it's Luis Scola in for Patrick Patterson. And the second free throw, good.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck, how about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
That's not the visual I was looking for right now, but there have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Raptors lead by 1. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. You look at Paul George in this game, guys. He's been everywhere.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense is giving him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
Well, how about Paul George in this one? He's got 21 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
So for Toronto right now, Lowry and DeRozan of the guard tandem. Jamari Carroll is out there with Scope. And it's Valanciunas and it's the 5 roaming the paint.
What?
Lowry kicks to Valanciunas.
I can't hear you. What you say?
Outside DeRozan.
I have to wash clothes. I don't have no boxes in my hoodie was wet from yesterday. They're in the dryer, so they get done in my house. What do you mean how long they're in the dryer?
Steal and then run out. It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
We've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Over to the wing. Outside DeRozan. Screen by Scola. Shot clock at 6. Carroll with the 3. That is good. Carroll's got the game tied up here for the Raptors. And one thing about DeMar DeRozan, such sweet mid-range jump shooting accuracy. It was his bread and butter in college, and Greg, the same here in the pros.
He gets tremendous lift going up, really squares himself to the rim and releases it quickly. Almost an impossible shot to defend.
Here's the step back. Again, Toronto.
And the D just a step slow, reacting to the step back.
And George, here we go. Hill dishes to Mahimi. There's a killer two-handed slam.
No way to mess that one up, Kevin. I mean, he powered it down with both hands.
Not this guy. He is a superb finisher.
And when he gets near the hoop, guys, he is a tour de force.
Outside Lowry. Scola sets a screen for Lowry. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And for Kyle Lowry, a guy who just has an unbelievable nose for the basketball, the triple-double comes naturally to him now. Top 10 in the league the past 2 seasons. In his short time with the Raptors, he's already their career leader in that category.
Turner's checked in for Ian Mahimi. So he gets them both. We're getting back to Kyle Lowry. The reason he's always a triple-double threat, Clark, because of his great work on the glass for a guard. Tough, strong, relentless, and committed to getting rebounds.
He's got the attitude of a power forward, even though he is a point guard. That's why he's one of the best rebounding guards in the league. It's his mentality.
Inside, and finished off by DeRozan.
You could see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And guys, anytime it's real tight, you're looking for something that could be potentially a momentum builder. And that's exactly what that play looks to be. No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
For Indiana, they have really been struggling with their free throws, only made 5. More misses than makes so far.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether. And Toronto had a strong season against the East last year. They would end up with 33 wins against their own conference and earn that 4 seed in the East.
Chase Budinger is checked in for C.J. Miles. Toronto calls timeout. And the Raptors did play the other East teams well, went 500 against the rest of the Eastern Conference playoff teams too.
And despite that, we know the Raptors had a disappointing playoff run to end the year, but I thought they still showed that they are a power in the East by having another strong season against the conference.
And one bright note for the Pacers last season was the play of their bench. Adding Rodney Stuckey was a huge boost for them.
Toronto leading by 3. And Stuckey led the charge for the Pacers bench, Greg, as you were talking about, but all around the reserves, Clark, were fantastic on the Pacers.
Yes, 3rd in the league at almost 41 points per game off the bench. 1st in the NBA in bench rebounding and top 10 in field goal percentage as a bench.
The Raptors have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the 3rd. Pass to DeRozan. Stolen by Budinger. Hill kicks to Budinger. Got a piece of it. Outside Hill. Clock at 6. Outside George. The shot misses. And Toronto will come the other way. Left side DeRozan. Screen by Scola. And DeRozan. Here we go. Thing about DeMar DeRozan, he came into the league fairly unpolished, struggled to handle the ball, created then his own shot, But sometimes it would create for others too. But he's settled down. You can see the growth.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. You could see the physical talent was there in terms of him playing the two. The question was, could he make the commitment mentally to become a great player? Well, from what he's done the last few years, I would have to say he's definitely been able to do that.
The Raptors making a switch here. Patterson's checked in. Hill against Lowry. Right side Hill. Down low. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. Here's Lowry. The 15-footer. Pacers with the rebound.
And, you know, getting back to DeRozan, he's put a spit shine on his offense. Over the past 2 seasons, averaged over 20 points a game, was also good for 3 or 4 assists, showing everybody how work ethic can overcome unrefined skills.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Raptors.
Contested shots and block shots, their bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, and they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
It's stolen by Carroll. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Miles' turn.
And, you know, for DeMar DeRozan, scary to think that he's still scratching the surface of his potential. Made his first All-Star appearance in 2014, was a little dinged up last year, but still very effective. No doubt he's the real deal.
Timeout called the Pacers.
You know, for the Pacers last season, with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it was a struggle. They would go into lengthy dry spells that made it hard for them to keep pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
Some changes for Indiana. Mahimi comes in for Chase Buttinger. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Hill. And the Raptors also making a change. Biyombo is checked in for Valanciunas. And he makes the first. As for those dry spells you mentioned about the Pacers, GA, they had a number of long losing streaks last season.
Yeah, as a team, they had 4 different losing streaks of 6 or more games, and they got hot at the end. Season-high win streak of 6 to stay playoff relevant. It was just too little, too late compared to their losing streaks earlier in the year.
And the rejection by Mahimi. Here's George, and he goes in for the dunk.
Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
I mean, when we've seen those kinds of plays get them fired up in the past.
And stolen by Stuckey. Goes up. And George with the stop.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Biyombo kicks to Carroll. Just 5 on the clock. And Lowry has it in the corner. It's taken away by Stuckey. Feeds it to Hill. That's Biyombo with the rebound.
Go for the dunk, dickhead.
Biyombo's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws. And guys, Bismack Biyombo, he got into a groove at the end of last season. After Al Jefferson went down, remember the month of April, he averaged nearly 9 rebounds a game, 2.5 blocks. He was all over the floor.
Yeah, and that's Bismack. I mean, he's that guy. He cleans the glass for you, intimidates shooters in the lane. He's not all the way consistent yet, but he's shown steady improvement.
Monte Ellis, he's checked in for Indiana. Outside, George. Over in the corner, Ellis. Second shot opportunity. The shot by Mahimi, no good.
about Bismack Biyombo, he entered the league as an extremely raw prospect. Was a 7th pick in 2011. His shot and general awareness were the biggest concerns. But last season, he shot over 60% from the floor. The 2 seasons before that was only 45%.
From T. Dallas. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
Fuck.
Biyombo's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's DeRozan. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way out. 2 shots coming up.
And getting back to Biyombo for a moment, he has the potential for a breakout year. I mean, all the physical tools you would want. He's seen enough of the game. He's worked on those skills. Now it's time to just put it all together and become the player your potential dictates.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. James Johnson's checked in for Biyombo, and Terrence Ross is up in for Damari Carroll. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
They're sending guys to the line way more than they should here. They need to play good position defense and avoid the reach-in sloppy foul.
The Pacers making a switch here. Young's checked in. Stuckey drives inside. Here's George. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
He's had a few chances at the line. 1 of 3 in the game.
Looking back to last season, he was at about 73%.
And because he struggled with his free throw shooting so much last season, I thought he was hesitant at times to be aggressive. Wasn't looking to draw contact and was trying to avoid getting to the foul line.
And the Raptors have been talking about changing things up in the logo department for a while. Finally, we get a chance to see the new logo this season.
Pass to Ross. A 3-pointer, no good.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
Young lays it up and banks it in.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Now here's Joseph. 8 points for him. Ross on the wing. Here's DeRozan. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And here are the Pacers now. Now Stuckey. 7 points in the game. He kicks it to Young. 3-pointer. Basket is good. The assist from Stuckey. Young's got 7.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have. That's been their bread and butter in the second half. They really knocked down their long-range shots.
And as hot as they are, no need to play conservative. Keep firing away.
And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Raptors leading by 6. And Joseph kicks to Patterson. No good on the triple. Pacers shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. George, no good.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate and embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second. That's all it took.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Terrence Ross, an explosive young player who can really put on a show. Clark, jaw-dropping, highlight reel dunks are his specialty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Tremendous athlete, great bounce and elevation and creativity. Won the slam dunk contest as a rookie.
Luis Scola, he's checked in for Patrick Patterson.
And back to Terrence Ross. Sometimes the show he puts on is of the scoring variety. He threw in 51 against the Clippers 2 seasons ago. Great lift and form on his shot.
Hill, he's checked in for Indiana. Pacers trailed by 8. Stuckey kicks to Young. There's the dish to Stuckey. Ross with the steal. And here's the fast break. Ross leading the way. The pass to Scola. Joseph with the ball. He's got 11. Tries again. Goes up again. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
They have got to box out better
shit.
than that. That putback's just another example of what a difference there's been between these two teams.
You know, one thing I think about with Terrence Ross is he can be all or nothing. His game moves up and down like a roller coaster or an echocardiogram. I mean, he's up, he's way up, and he's down. Look out below.
And the shot is good from Stuckey.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket.
Stuckey against Ross. He dishes it to Scola. 6 on the shot clock. Shot from free throw range. And a big bounce off the rim, but it's
They did that shit.
Scola's got the lead up to 11 now for the Raptors. And here's Young from the arc. That ball's nice speed that time from George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. Dishes 2 to Rosen. "17 seconds left in the third. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first. Well, they've been shooting their free throws with confidence and knocking them down. That's giving them an edge. No question about it.
15 seconds left here in the third quarter. There's the feed to Young. Fires for 3. Joseph with the rebound. For 3, Ross. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. Well, through 3 quarters of play, now double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. The Raptors. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. And the Pacers call time here. You gotta like what DeMar DeRozan has done in this game.
He's in one heck of a groove with the scoring. They're going to talk it over and try to figure out how to slow him down.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to hear the advice Frank Vogel gave to his team during that last break. He was riding them pretty hard for the number of silly fouls they've committed in this game. He said, listen, we need to have some defensive discipline. Stop biting on the shot fakes, stop reaching in, and stop giving them free points at the free throw line. We'll see if they'll respond, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Rodney Stuckey out there with Ellis. Then there's Solomon Hill. Then there's Hill. And it's Mahinmi in the 5 spot. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Just 3 to shoot. No good from Valanciunas. There's Ellis with the 3 ball. Good. The assist goes to Hill. 7 points for Monte Ellis.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quicker.
And DeRozan kicks to Carroll. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Pacers trailed by 5. Ellis with it. Lowry picks him up. Ellis the pass to Hill. Ellis again. Lowry. Tipped away.
I can't get no fucking foul. Like DeRozan, every time you go to the rack, you get a foul. I can't get a foul? Ref? Yeah, home. Fuck.
DeRozan kicks to Carroll. Off target from outside.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often. Big time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
And stolen by Stuckey. Oh, and here we go. Ellis has got it. The fast break chance. The shot, no good. Excellent D there for Scola. Lowry kicks to Scola. Lowry again, Stuckey. Back to Lowry. Tries to snap the cold streak. And he gets the bucket. And the Raptors lead by 6.
And he found a perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
And it's Hill penetrating. And Scola with the block. Fast break Toronto. DeRozan leading the charge. The stupendous finish in traffic.
Keep letting this man DeRozan
And now it's an 8-point Raptor lead.
Fuck.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Stuckey kicks to Mahinmi. He feeds it to Hill. And right on target. Good. Toronto calls timeout.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Raptors leading by 6. Here is Lowry. Passes it to Valanciunas. Fires it up. Carroll dishes to Scola. Shot clock at 5. Oh, trying for it.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
From deep, Ellis. Rebound by the Raptors. Carroll's got his 3rd rebound on the night. From downtown. And again, Toronto no up.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Ellis, the pass to Mahinmi. Back to Ellis. Kicks it to Mahinmi. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. They get Luis Scola.
Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for Mahinmi. 11 rebounds and also a block shot. The motor on this guy is amazing. Completely revved up. He's been everywhere.
Fucking bitch, man.
Say which has influenced the game more, really, his offense or his D. I mean, take your pick.
Young's checked in for Ellis. And he's good on the second. And Toronto has possession. They've led by as many as 11 points. Outside Lowry. Pass to Valanciunas. Just 5 to shoot. Scola kicks to Valanciunas. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Pacers trail by 5. Stuckey into the lane. Hill up top. Back to Stuckey.
For real.
Mahinmi dishes to Young. 6 to shoot. And stolen by Scola.
Fuck out of
And here
here.
comes the break. Here's Carroll. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Really a heads-up play on both ends there. The steal and the quick push on the break.
Rapid-fire basketball at its best. Boom, 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 bang. He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just one in the first.
Feeds it to Valanciunas. To the paint. The shot by Carroll, no good.
He's been anything but his usual self this morning.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we can see right there why he does.
Lowry passes to Carroll. Back to Lowry. Lock at 6. DeRozan in the corner. From 12 feet out. And it comes off the front of the rim. Pacers trailed by 5. And Young kicks to Hill. And he gets it to go.
Well, they were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. I mean, a little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
And at this stage of a tight game, the tired legs really start to show. A defense becomes vulnerable if you can continue to pound it inside. And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Paul George is checked in for Hill. C.J. Miles comes in for Solomon.
Why is my, what the fuck? Why is my butt? Yo, I can't do nothing. The fuck?
And George Hill's subbed in for Young.
My controller was stuck. I couldn't pass. I couldn't put my icons up. I couldn't shoot the ball. I couldn't do nothing. Shit crazy.
Indiana decides to talk it over. And now, let's hear it for goal. Here's Miles. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Lowry inside the line. No good. And Indiana will come the other way. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yes, sir, fellas. They've had it going on big time.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's stolen by Carroll. Here's DeRozan. Played in with a nice touch.
Wow.
DeRozan's got 24.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Hill dishes to George. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Well, I'm sure you guys have heard this, that the nickname that has been given to DeMarre Carroll, the Junkyard Dog, I think it's apropos. Kid drafted out of Missouri back in the 2009 draft.
Yeah, and he actually had to show perseverance to hang around as he bounced around a bit. I think he's found a home now.
And Carroll, an energy player who's developed a reliable three-point stroke. I mean, he can also hurt you in transition. He's got terrific size and athleticism, and he also really knows how to play without the basketball. And Carroll, by advanced stats, one of the most productive small forwards in our league. I mean, one thing I like, even as he's developed into a three-point threat, he still has an instinct for cutting to the rim off the ball when his defender turns his head. I mean, one of the things I think that allows his team to be so good is his understanding of how to play the game.
Oh, good on that one.
DeRozan's really playing well. He has 9 rebounds, and he's given them a lot of points from the free throw line.
And he's done a fantastic job, Clark, of just getting to the line, but also converting.
I can't get a foul, though. The nigga pushed me out the fucking air. The nigga keeps getting fouls. I can't get one. The fuck?
Tough rebound.
Valanciunas passes to Carroll. Lets it go from the wing. And it doesn't even draw iron. And it's Ellis penetrating to the middle. Mahimi. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. At the line for your Pacers, Makes it, and the next one could tie it up. That one drops. He ties it up.
He did convert that time, but on the whole, the charity stripe hasn't been too charitable to him so far.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Pass to Kira. DeRozan dishes to Kira. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Valanciunas. Pocket 2. And he gets it to go.
Right.
And the Raptors lead by 2.
You love it when a big man has those soft hands. Rarely any problem converting that close to the rim.
And Mahimi with the stop.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And they better stay with those basics because this game is still yet to be determined.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. Terrible turnover.
Pacers have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. Hill kicks to George to take the lead, and it's good on the layup. George has got 4 this quarter.
What a top-notch game he's had. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seems like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
Here's Scola. Can't hit the turnaround jumper. And here's Indiana. They're on a 17-7 run. And it's Hill penetrating. And he gets it to go. And now a 4-point Pacer lead.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And then Miles with the dunk.
Don't you love the chemistry? Those guys work so well together in the open floor.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Here's Scola. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays.
We've seen Luis Scola playing a good game here. He has 12 points and 2 steals. Good contribution for him offensively.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
Some nice steals.
You know what, Clark, you're right on the money.
God don't lie.
Just as creative as he has been disruptive.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Pacers.
You know, with their fast break operating so efficiently, I mean, you can see why they've gone with it throughout the game.
And the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
Here's Lowry. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Lowry's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, you talk about clutch plays, defensively and offensively. We saw both right there.
And the gap's narrowing right now, Clark. Every second from here on out counts. Neither team can afford to make mistakes. You've got to manage the clock and play smart.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by DeRozan. Indiana leading. Just 4 to shoot. And it's Ellis penetrating. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 8 rebounds in this game. Outside DeRozan. Lets it go from deep. The shot is off. Indiana's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here on the floor. And George gets to Turner. Inside. Hangs. Connects.
They don't get any bigger than that basket.
They needed it, Greg, and he gave it to them.
Lowry. Yes! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Boy, right now they're just getting a fantastic effort from Kyle Lowry.
We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. George against Carroll. All sorts of time. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Outside DeRozan. Outside Lowry. Can't get the three to fall. So they foul intentionally. So a close game sees Indiana take this one. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
Tremendous work all the way down to the wire. You were just wondering what would happen next. Major drama. And we saw good.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.
I like the time I spent with you. Yo. Yeah, it was good. Ain't nothing, man. I'm still at the crib. I'm about to be on my way to the shop now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Your boys, they won last night. That boy Okafor.
He was that nigga was cooking in the first quarter. Well, he was cooking, period.
Yeah, he looked like I was using him. Like, it
Mm-hmm.
looked like this shit looks crazy. I was going through all the games.
Yeah.
My boys, they did their thing, man.
Mm-hmm. Shit, I'm about to head out though. I'm hollering at you like 20 minutes when I get to the shop.
Alright.
Alright.